Hi everybody, this is TheGreenFrog here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a Minecraft video. I actually haven't done any of these in a while. And today is my 25 subscribers special. So thank you to everyone who has subscribed, and if you are watching this video and have not subscribed, please subscribe and then you'll make it 26. So, thank you again to everyone that subscribed. It's been amazing to already get 25 subscribers, and this is what is allowing me to post this video. So this is going to be a tutorial on something really cool and extra special. On all my previous tutorials I just jumped straight into the tutorial, but today I'm going to be doing a demonstration first. So if you remember, my first video was my fully automatic and customizable shop in 1.8. It has in Minecraft 1.8, it has gotten a lot of views. That does make sense since it was the first video I put up, and I didn't put up another video for probably like a month. but it has gotten the most views, and clearly a lot of people like it. So I'm going to show you. This is my new version of the fully automatic and customizable shop in Minecraft 1.8. Now, of course, I haven't tested it in 1.9. It hasn't come out yet. It's just still snapshots. But it works in 1.8. It works great. It's smaller. It works better. Has less bugs. And costs much less resources. So you've probably never seen this world before, because this is the world I make all my things in. As you can see, I have a ridiculous amount of things. I probably only made tutorials on like a third of them. It's crazy. But some new facts about this one. The other one needed a lot of comparators. Here we only need 3, and I believe we needed 5 in the other one, if I'm right. The other one, if I did my measurements correctly, was 15 by 8. This one is 11 by 8. And the old one, you needed like 10 to 20 of the item you wanted to use as payment. This time you only need 1 of that item, and it's really cool. In the other one, when you had like more than like 7 items that were like coming out, it wouldn't give you all of them. And I thought it was this little pulse multiplier thing over here, but I really feel crazy because all it was I had a redstone torch next to the dispenser, and it was just burning out. It makes sense. So now I've literally tested it with 49 items, and it gives me exactly 49 items, all because of that ridiculous redstone torch that I managed to eliminate this time. So I think that was a little ridiculous. Well, let's jump into the demonstration. So if you look, it's just a little hallway. If you throw in a random item, it will get stuck in the hopper, but again, you can have 4 junk items in there before you clog it up. So you just want to make sure people don't like accidentally, on purpose, throw the wrong item. Well, if they do that, then they might as well just go down and steal the items in the chest. So if you're playing with your friends, make sure you tell them don't throw junk in on purpose, and obviously they can't steal from the chest, because then what point is a shop? So the whole purpose is customizable shop is it's fully customizable. A lot of shops, maybe it's 1-to-1 or 1 to X, so like you pay 1 and you get however many you want, or X to 1, so you pay however many you want and you get 1. This one is completely customizable. So you can pay however much you want, and you can get however much you want of whatever item you want. So if we take a look down here, let's see. So if I am correct, we're going to need to do 7 items to get this to go off. And if you look in here, there's just a bunch of polished andesite, and here we have 1 diamond. So you're going to need to pay 7 diamonds to get 49 polished andesite. You can see the 49 in here of any item. So if we go in, let's test it out. So let's get some diamonds out in our inventory, just like this. Let's grab some diamonds. let's throw in 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nothing happens. But if I can just clear this slot right now and I throw in a 7th, watch what happens. Must not be 7. Maybe it's 8. Yes, 8. Look at this. It's constantly giving me a ton of items. And if you wait, it's going to give me exactly 49. So it's my fault that I must have just counted wrong. It wasn't 7, it was 8. But look at this. You saw the 49 in the dropper. Look how many items it gives me. Exactly 49. Like, that's just perfect. Can't argue with that. It's not that big. Like I said, it's 11 by 8. Needs 3 comparators. It doesn't need a lot of repeaters, but actually, if you don't want to pay that much, like if maybe you only want to pay like 3 or 4 or 2, whatever, it's actually only going to be 9 by 8, which is even tinier. The only reason I needed it 11 by 8 is because I have to pay so much. So, if you come around, you can see the entire machine. I'm going to do a tutorial on it in just a second. It's not that big. You only need one of the item that you're going to pay. Then you can just use a bunch of junk for the rest. And I'll show you how to use the junk and how to name the junk so it works perfectly. And now we're going to jump into the tutorial. Okay, so we are back, and here's the materials you're going to need. You're going to need a bunch of blocks of your choice, a lot. Some redstone dust, some repeaters, believe 3 comparators. You're actually going to need a lot of repeaters. I think 1 sticky piston, I believe 1 torch, like 3 droppers if I'm right, like 5 or 6 hoppers, 1 carpet, bunch of junk blocks, 1 of the item that you're going to pay, and then I just grab the rest to test, a bunch of the item that you want to be paid out, a chest, and an anvil to rename your junk blocks. So, you can build yours on the ground and then just dig into the ground for some of it. I'm going to build mine in the sky so it's easier, so I don't have to dig a ton. So, if we start off with this tutorial, we're going to start off, and actually we're going to need a door too, but you don't really need a door. I just think it'd be cool with a door. So, what we're going to start with is I'm just going to start with a little walkway. You can design this however you want, and I'm going to make like a little room sort of thing, like really hallway, because it's only going to be 1 wide for mine. This is long enough, I think. So I'm just going to build mine up like this and just continue doing this. I'm not really making mine extra fancy or anything. Obviously, you don't need to do it at diamond blocks. It's just I just picked diamond blocks for the block of my choice, because why not, since I am in creative mode. So now that we have that, I'm just going to place a nice little door in here, which is not necessary. But now that we have that, that looks better. We're going to stick a dropper right here facing upwards and put a carpet on top. Then, if we come around the back of our machine, we're going to need to put down 3 hoppers and a chest, and the first hopper is going to go right there. So, if we think about it, we'll have 1 hopper, 2 hopper, 3 hopper, and the chest will go right here, and that will leave us, no, we'll actually need our chest down here. And that will leave us enough room for our hoppers. So if we put our chest right here, this is where all the things that people pay you are going to come. And just place our 3 hoppers right in. And I'm actually going to add a little roof to my little thing. And you can also you can put a carpet over the hopper, but I find it easier to not to, so they know where to put it in. And then you can just stand on the lime carpet, or whatever color carpet you choose. I'm just choosing lime. So now that we have that, what we can do is we can come around to the left when we're looking from behind it. We're going to come around to the left of the chest. place a comparator. Then we're going to go ahead and place 2 blocks here and then 2 more. Just like this, we're going to place dust on these 2. And then on the other 2, we're going to place a repeater set on 4 ticks, fold away, so 3 clicks. And then another piece of dust. We're going to split this dust, so it's going to actually end up going 2 ways. Then over on this side, we're going to need to have another piece of redstone dust on a block. Then we're going to have a sticky piston facing upward that I'm not sure what I did with it. Sticky piston facing upward just like that with a block on it. And then we're going to have a repeater coming out of this block. And then it's going to go into another block. Then behind that block, we're going to need to put a piece of redstone dust off the side of the block. So it's actually going to come around right over here, and we can destroy this block. Place our dust right here. Then, next to that, we are going to have a dropper right here. Then we're going to have a hopper facing right back into the dropper. We're going to have a block. Then we're going to have a comparator coming out of this hopper, just like this. Place our comparator right here. Then we're going to have a comparator coming into this block. Then we're going to have a piece of dust right here. Then we're going to have a repeater facing into that dust, just like that. Then, once we have that, we're going to place a block here. We're going to place a dropper here, just like this, and then place a hopper going back into that dropper, just like we did earlier. Then we're going to place a another block up there, and then we're going to place 2 blocks right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place a block right here, a piece of dust right here. We're going to place a block right here. We're going to have a repeater coming out of that block. Then we're going to run some dust over, and we're going to connect it up to this dropper right here. Did I really just throw that down? So while I'm collecting that, the little thing with the sticky piston, that is actually a monostable circuit, so it produces a 1-tick pulse that's made by Mumbo Jumbo. And then over here we have actually, you know what? These should be a block higher. Yeah, I'm not sure why I put them down there. It doesn't even really make sense down there. There is a comparator there. Yes, that is better. This is a pulse multiplier made by Red's Miners, which basically, like, if you give it 1 pulse, it might give out, like, in my demonstration, 49 pulses. So, now that we've done that, we're just going to have to connect the redstone dust up to the hopper, and then we're probably about halfway done with making this machine, which I think is pretty nice because it's not that ridiculously hard to make. It's not insane. So, and it's not that big either. So if we just run this redstone dust up like that, there we go. And we don't even need a repeater running into the dropper. So now what we're going to do is, we don't need our anvil yet. We're going to place any junk block in here. Does not matter what junk block, just 1. In here, you're going to place how many junk blocks you want to how many junk blocks you're going to want. The number of junk blocks you put in here is the same as the number of things that you want the people that use your shop to get. So here I'm going to put in 49, meaning that whoever uses my shop will get 49 of whatever it is. And then right in here, we can just fill up our dropper with the item that we want as payment. Doesn't have to be completely full, but since I am in creative mode, and it's 49 that you're gonna get in my example. I'm just gonna completely fill it up because why not? Next, what we're going to do is we're going to have to do a little bit of experimentation over here to figure out what length of a pulse we're going to need. So in my example, I'm going to give a different example instead of 8 so we can test it out together. You'll just have to test yours out, whatever. I'm gonna do 9 as my example. So you're gonna have to do you're gonna have to give 9 things. So if you take a look for a second, we're going to place a block over here, just like that. And we're gonna place a torch on that block. Then coming out of that block, we're gonna have dust here. If it's like 2 or 3, you can actually run it straight into that block this way and save 2 blocks. But since mine is 9, I'm gonna need more than that. So if we come over like this, real quick, that's odd. Oh, because I did this on the wrong block. Yes, I did that on the wrong block. So that should be coming out of the hopper, not the chest. Which means I should put the block there. Okay, yes. That makes more sense. So, now what we can do is I'm actually going to start up here, making it higher for a reason that you'll see in a second. So we can actually save a piece of redstone dust. So we're just going to go ahead and we can start placing repeaters. So let's show an example of a test that does not work. If we did something like this, you can actually put the repeater right there into the block to save blocks, and you'll actually need a piece of dust right here. You can't have a repeater there. And then this would be an example of a test that does not work. Clearly it's not enough delay, but if you looked, what we're going to need to do first before we actually test out our delay is we're going to place down our anvil anywhere, or if you already have an anvil, just use it. You're going to take your junk blocks, how many you're going to need of that junk block that you need to rename. You might as well rename a full stack, but how many you're going to need specifically is you're going to take 22 and subtract how many items you want them to pay. But I'm just going to rename a whole thing. The reason you want to rename this is this junk block. If someone put in this junk block, it would work as a payment too, and you obviously don't want them to be able to give dirt. You want them to give diamonds. So just rename it something ridiculous that they would never be able to guess, and just make sure that they're not allowed to look in the hopper, because then it wouldn't really work. But no one's ever going to be able to guess that, so no one will ever be able to use dirt as their payment. So I'm going to put one thing in there. Then I'm going to fill these with just 1 each. And then I'm going to take 19 and subtract how many I want to be used as payment. So, if you think about it, I said I was going to use 9. So 19 minus 9 is 10. Meaning we should put 10 junk blocks in this slot right here, which I actually put 11. So there we go. 10 junk blocks. That will be perfect. Make sure they're all renamed in here. The other ones in the droppers and hoppers over there don't need to be renamed, but these do. Just something no one would ever guess. So there we go. Have that. And now we are 90% done. All we have to do is test out a delay. So here's an example of a delay that would not work. How you figure this out? You're going to go in, and I'm actually going to, so I don't get like a bunch, I'm just going to take these out for now, because I wouldn't want to get like a million andesite for no reason, just when we're testing. So if we take our diamonds, we pay 9 diamonds. There we go. Our 9 diamonds went in. And if you take a look, there should be exactly what there was before. So there should be 1 diamond. But you see, there's 5 diamonds. So clearly that delay was not enough. Let's take these out and take these out. Just leave 1. Now we need to test our delay again. Let's try this. And this is another example of a delay that would not work, but this one is because it's too long. This is what you'll see if your delay is too long. And it actually gave us one andesite, but that's just because of what we were doing with the hopper and stuff. That will never happen randomly unless you're literally doing stuff with the hopper. So if again we pay 9 diamonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Paid 9 diamonds and it actually gave us 1. I guess maybe when there's nothing in here, it still gives you 1, I guess, but doesn't really matter because you're never gonna have nothing in there. As you can see, that delay, actually, I said that wouldn't work because it was too long. That's actually not true. That did work. But let me show you. So that is the delay we want. But if it was too long, let's just make it too long because I want to show you what will happen if it is too long, so you know what it will look like if it's too long. So if we just make it go in here instead, just for this test, let's make it go all the way out here and put repeaters all the way here and put them on max delay. This is what you'll see will happen. And as you can tell if you watch the other video, the other one you didn't need to test this out. You could just use the pulse multiplier, and you could do this if you want here, but it's just gonna cost a lot of resources with all the because like a bunch of 20 repeaters is easier to get than 2 comparators, I'd say, because 20 repeaters you can get pretty easily without going to the nether. But if you need a lot of nether quartz to make a bunch of comparators. And also, if you have a short delay, the pulse multiplier is just going to make the thing bigger. So I think this is definitely a better option. So we throw in 9 diamonds. It's going to give us 1 andesite, I think. Yep. And then if you watch what happens, it's still going. And you'll see what happens. Look what happened. It took too much. So what you actually want to take is all the diamonds or all the payment except 1, and then also none of the junk. So if you take a look here, if I remember correctly, the delay that worked was like, I think it was like that, and if it's not, then that's not good. But I'm pretty sure that was the right delay. So if we test it out, if we throw in 9 diamonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we get our 1 andesite. If we take a look over here, I believe this was the correct delay. Yes, we still have all our junk blocks in, not a single one was taken, and we still have 1 diamond, but no more. There we go. So now it is time to show you the amazingness of this machine, even though I already demonstrated it, but now I get to show you that with this tutorial it still works just as you saw in the demonstration. So if we take a look, if we just clear this slot for a second, if we throw in 8 diamonds, nothing happens. Once we throw in 9 diamonds, now we get to watch and count how many of these we're getting, and they're actually going in here. But that doesn't matter, because we can still count them in here. And if you look, guess how many we're going to get? They're still coming, and they have stopped. And you know what? I think I had some andesite left in here. Or diorite, I mean. Yes, so let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's show you. Yes, I definitely had some in there, because otherwise it would have gone in that hotbar slot. So clearly I still had some left in there from earlier. Yes, because when I was like collecting them. So now we get to watch that it's going to give us exactly 49. Before, it was adding on to what we already had. So if you watch, what in the world? What is this doing? I've never had this happen before, that's for sure. What are you doing? What? I'm confused. Did I not build this right? Did I not build this right? Going into there. Thing out. Put it in there. Let's try that again. I think that might have just been something really weird that happened. That is a lot of andesite that went in there. What happened? I don't know. Let's try this again. Get rid of all this andesite that it gave us. What in the world? Try this again. 8, doesn't do anything. 9, please work. Like, I know this works. I did a demonstration on it and it worked perfectly. So why would it not work? Please work. Please stop at 49. Yes, it worked. I don't know what happened last time, but I think it must have been just when we tested it. So, if that ever happens to you, it's just because you tested it. Please just take the item out of here, put it back in here, and you should be all set. So there's the 49 going back in. That's exactly how much we said. And if you still don't believe me because of that fail earlier, because we were testing with the hopper, let's show it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll show it to you again in case you didn't believe me because of the fail. Because that was just because we were tampering with the hopper and testing out things, and it was giving us 1. It's not what will actually happen. Just test it out once and then put it back in there, and that way it will never do that when your customers actually use it. There you go, 49. So right after you configure it, do it once, and then once it goes over the amount, just put the item back in the dropper, and you'll be all set. So that'll never happen when your customers use it. So now it works perfectly because all we had to do was just run it once to get it ready to go, like a configuration run. You just have to do it once to get it to work, and there we go. So it works perfectly now that we just did our little configuration run. You see there's exactly 49 in here. It gave us exactly 49, and if you look, just to show, there's still the exact amount, so it will reset every single time. So you can use it over and over, and every single diamond gets collected right in that chest. You remember I had 63 because I put one in there, and now I have my 63 back. So this shop is absolutely amazing in my opinion. Just make sure to do that test run in the beginning. This was kind of like a throwback to my first video, and I think it went really well. And now we have an even smaller working shop that doesn't make a torch burn out, which was ridiculous. So now it's actually 100% customizable, because I don't think you're ever going to want someone to pay like a stack of diamonds to get something. Just make them pay like 7 diamond blocks, and that's 63 diamonds if you want that. Because obviously this can only go to a certain limit, because you need to have all 4 of these slots having junk. So you can't have like 30 items, but just use blocks and you can get close enough. So that's how that's gonna work, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I have 25 subscribers right now as of posting this video, maybe even 26 if I checked like 20 minutes ago and someone just subscribed. But please subscribe if you haven't already, and that would just make me get even more subscribers and make me get even happier. So I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like in the video. Please subscribe if you have not already subscribed to my channel, and I will see you next time for another video maybe Minecraft, maybe Catan, maybe Bloons TD Battles. You never know. That's the cool thing about my channel. So just make sure, just don't randomly watch a tutorial for fun. Build the build, and you'll have a lot of fun with it. It'll make you a lot of money when you're playing with your friends. So I will see you next time for another video. Goodbye.